Namaste viewers, welcome to gnānāgniḥ channel. Today we will try to understand the meaning of Kalmaṣam from multiple angles. We will try to understand the meaning, the different perspectives, how it is viewed in the Sanātana Dharma, and in the context of how we will have to understand and how will it is to be interpreted while we go through the sacred texts or while we go through certain philosophical lectures, philosophical reading and things like that, when we come across this word Kalmaṣam. Kalmaṣam is actually subtle impurity of the inner being. Kalmaṣam. Basic meaning is it refers to inner impurity, a psychological or emotional black mark, emotional stain arising from adharma, arising from living in an unrighteous way. If somebody deals unrighteously, that is adharma. It leads to some psychological or emotional pain also. Well, it is often translated as sin, a defect. It is more nuanced, more very thing than mere wrongdoing. This kalmasha, this unrighteousness, when somebody lives or somebody does or somebody undergoes this, it can manifest, it can result in guilt feeling, it can result in confusion, it can result in restlessness, it can result in delusion also. Of course, let us go through the Kalmasha a little more in detail, but before we go to the details, I request you to please go through the video completely without skipping. Having gone through the video completely, please, I request you to please post your comments in the comment box. Thank you, viewers. Now, Kalmaṣam is a subtle, very sukshma, subtle means sukshma, karmic imprint. Karmada ಒಂದು ಛಾಯೆ ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಿದ್ದಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. In the Bhagavad Gītā also, just as a blazing fire reduces firewood to ashes, so does the fire of knowledge burn to ashes all karmas. That is what it says, and their impurities. So, to remove Kalmaṣam, to remove impurities, knowledge is required. When you know the requisite knowledge, you can live like whatever the knowledge, you can live in the rightful way and then overcome this Kalmaṣam. Kalmaṣam also includes the residue of karma. See, it is not that whatever I do now or whatever from now onwards. It is the residue. It is something whatever is left over in my in the past. It could be extended. This extends up to another lives also, previous birth also, previous to previous birth. Whatever the residue of karma that is left, it accumulates and then it could give its result. It could give its effects in this janma. Especially this papa karma, sinful actions, sinful deeds. They linger as a subtle mental stain. Punya karmas, they just simply, you don't remember them. But particularly the papa karmas which we perform, the wrongdoings that we do in our life, they'll keep on be lingering. They will always be in the mind. They will, like every moment, it keeps on moving in your memory. It is deeply seated in the memory. And it's a subtle mental stain. Now, Kalmaṣa, from this, it is a psychological pollution from some kind of a negative thought which keeps on repeating. According to Yoga Sutra, Patanjali, vrittis, repeated thought patterns, vrittis, they are called as repeated thought patterns, based on certain traits like fear, hatred, jealousy, delusion, they build mental samskaras, impressions. So, thought patterns based on fear, hatred, jealousy, delusion. The mental samskaras which are built, they give rise to kalmasha, vritti, impure tendencies that perpetuate inner conflict. It's always there in the mind. There's always a conflict. I should not have done that. This keeps on lingering in the mind. This is the psychological effect of this kalmasha, the thought. It is, from the third angle, it is devotion. If you look at the bhakti, it's an obstruction to devotion also. In the Naradiya Bhakti Sutra, it warns that Kalmasham blocks the natural flow of devotion. Kalmashu chittaha na bhakti padam prapnoti. Kalmasha chittaha. That means a mind tainted by kalmasha cannot attain true bhakti. It's always it's always tainted. Devotion without cleansing the heart is superficial. It should come from the heart. True bhakti flows only when the heart is purified of pride, envy, malice. There is no malified intention at all. There is no enmity. There is no pride there. Ahankara is not there. So that is obstruction to devotion, this kalmasha. Now, from the fourth angle, as it's a kind of an emotional, you can call it as malnutrition. In some Upanishads, Upanishadic thought, Kalmasham is seen as emotional deficiency caused by disconnection from the self. That means there is, it's superficial. It's not completely connected to that. It's like a disease of the soul. It manifests as purposelessness or anxiety. So it's a kind of emotionally you are not fully being nourished. So Kalmasham is seen as emotional deficiency caused by disconnection from the self. In the Mandukya Upanishad, it declares, Tasmai Sri Ramaya Namaha Kalmasha Nashine. Salutations to Sri Rama, the destroyer of Kalmasha, inner sin. Rama mantra, it will destroy immediately all the Kalmashas, inner sins that we have gathered over a lot of period, previous births, previous to previous, like it goes on and on and on. That residue is Rama, he can destroy this Kalmasha, inner sin. Now, Kalmasha has got some link with Antahkarana also. So, Kalmasha affects the Antahkarana, the internal instrument, Antahkarana is Manasu, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankara, all these put together is Antahkarana. When these are, shrouded, clouded, or whatever you covered, self-knowledge becomes inaccessible. It is available in a room, dark room. It is available in a, not exactly a dark room, it is available. But when all the doors are shut, windows are shut, you can't get inside. So, like this it is. The Kalmasha and this Antahkarana is full of Kalmasham. Access to knowledge is not there. This is one. Then from the sixth angle, Kalmasham as samsarika bondage also. In many Puranic stories, we see demons and fallen beings are depicted as Kalmashi Bhuta. Beings, all these beings are overwhelmed by desire, anger, pride. This represents states of internal pollution that lead to rebirth and suffering. You can see great epics like Ramayana, Mahabharata also, no? Ravana. He had always, his desire was to have Sita. That was his Kalmaṣam. And Duryodhana, his desire was to keep everything for himself. The entire Rajya, the entire state, he wanted to keep it for himself. That was his desire. And you have a lot of examples for anger and pride also. These things, they lead to rebirth and suffering. Kalmasham as samsaric bondage. Now, how do you clean this Kalmasham? Some of the prescriptions from the ancient Rishi Munis, and they gave a lot of prescriptions. First one is japa. To remove this Kalmasha, chanting of divine names. Mantra japa, especially the names like Rama, Narayana, Krishna, Shiva, whichever is dear to you, it is said to purify the heart. Nama Sankirtanam, Kalo Nama Sankirtanam, Yasya Sarva Papa Pranashanam. So everything in the Bhagavad Purana, it says Nama Sankirtana is enough to clean all your, because the Nama Sankirtana, you are directed, you have a focused attention, and you are not tempted by doing some unrighteous things, adharmic ways. You do not want to live that adharmic ways when you chant this japa. So this is mantra japa. This is one way of cleaning your Kalmasham. The second one is puja and bhakti. Dedicated and pure worship done with love, surrender. Puja means total surrender, total bhakti. Helps dissolve Kalmasha through grace. Through the grace of your Ishta Devata, like this. This is puja and bhakti, second way of cleaning Kalmasha. The third way is satsangam, company of wise, association with sadhus, associate with saints. It is said to purify the mind like the river Ganga washes away dirt. Whatever the dirt is there in the river Ganga, it is being taken away by Ganga. Sri Adi Shankara Acharya, he says, Satsangatve nissangatvam nissangatve nirmohatvam nirmohatve nischalatatvam nischalatatve jivan mukti. The first step to jivan mukti is satsanga. So sadhu, santas, if you are with them, satsangatve nissangatvam, then you graduate to the next stage. I don't want anybody, I am my own this. Nissangatve nischalatatvam. Clear tathā, what it is. Nischalatatve, satsangatve, nissangatvam, nissangatve, nirmohatvam. There's one more stage. Moha. You don't have any desires. Nirmohatve, nischalatatvam, nischalatatve, jivan mukti. For a jivan mukta, satsanga is very important. Now the fourth one is swadhyaya, self-study. Study of scriptures, sacred scriptures, Vedas, Vedangas, Purana, Itihasa, anything connected with this, with the devotion. This aligns the mind. Swadhyaya, this will tune your mind with dharma and cleanse inner states. Swadhyaya. This is important. So viewers, this is all about our Kalmasham. We try to make a small summary table. Karmic means residue of adharma that stains the soul. Psychological repetitive vritti is emotional instability. Devotional block to bhakti and surrender. Vedantic obstacle to self-realization. Spiritual disease is disconnection from Atman, which leads to existential pain. Cleansing properties, japa, puja, satsanga, swadhyaya, so many things are there. Meditation, all kinds of things. Yes, with this we conclude this episode on what we call this Kalmasham. I hope this was quite interesting and informative. Please like, share, and then subscribe to my channel. Please post your comments in the comment box. Thank you, viewers, for your valuable time in listening to this what is that? Kalmaṣam, meaning of Kalmaṣam. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.